For the last 2 years, a few sewing friends and I have done a quilt swap. About 10 months in advance, we fill out questionnaires saying our favorite pattern designers, fabric lines, and any do's and don'ts for a quilt we would love to receive. Then the questionnaires get mailed out to each of us with the information for the person we will be making a quilt for inside. We keep it a secret until the day of the swap, when we get to give the quilt we've made to our friend. This weekend was the swap day. Laurel gifted a quilt to Jaree. Jaree gifted a quilt to Laura. Laura gifted a quilt to me. I gifted a quilt to Natalie. Natalie gifted a quilt to Marianne. Marianne gifted a quilt to Holly. Holly gifted a quilt to Andi. Andi gifted a quilt to Adrienne. Adrienne gifted a quilt to Rhylee. Rhylee gifted a quilt to Laurel. Brooklyn gifted a quilt to Sydney. Sydney gifted a quilt to Emily, who was on FaceTime with us. Emily gifted a quilt to Brooklyn. Lindsay gifted a quilt to Caitlin. And Caitlin gifted a quilt to Lindsay. Although the days leading up to this were a little bit stressful for most of us, it was a day full of so much magic, joy, and love. We love sewing together. I love these quilty friends of mine, and I'm so glad I was able to participate in this swap. I highly encourage you to get some friends together and do a swap of quilts or whatever you love most.